The history of cars is not about how fast they can go and the technology that makes them work. It is also a story about business and investment and how the car industry became one of the industries in the world. A time ago, in the late 1800s, people mostly used horses and steam-powered vehicles to get around. Everything changed in 1886 when Karl Benz made the first practical car that ran on gasoline called the Benz Patent Motorwagen. This was the start of the car industry. Around that time, investors and businessmen in Germany started supporting people who were trying to make cars because they thought cars could be the future of transportation. In the 1900s, the car industry started to grow really fast in the United States. One of the names was Henry Ford, who started the Ford Motor Company in 1903. Henry Ford changed the industry by introducing a way of building cars on an assembly line in 1913. This made cars cheaper and faster to make. Before this, cars were for rich people. Henry Ford's famous Model T car became something that ordinary families could afford. Investors like John Dodge and Horace Dodge helped Henry Ford out with money and technical support at first. Later, they started their own company called Dodge. By the 1920s, the car industry was one of the growing businesses in the world. Companies like General Motors, led by William C. Durant, started to expand quickly. General Motors came up with the idea of having car brands for different groups of people based on how much money they made. Rich people could buy cars, while families who did not make as much money had more affordable options. This made the competition between car companies stronger, attracted more investors to the car market. During the 1930s and 1940s, the world was going through a time with the economy and World War II. Not many cars were being made because many factories were busy making military vehicles and equipment instead of cars for regular people. However, after the war ended in 1945, the car market started to grow. In the 1950s, American cars became bigger, faster, and more stylish. Investors put a lot of money into the car industry because owning a car became a symbol of being successful and free. At the time, car companies in Japan started to become more popular. Toyota, which was started by Kiichiro, Toyota focused on making cars that were quality and did not use a lot of fuel. During the 1960s and 1970s, there were problems with oil, which made fuel prices go up, and many people wanted cars that were smaller and used fuel. Japanese companies like Toyota and Honda became really big and successful because investors saw a lot of potential in making cars that were reliable and good on fuel. In Europe, there were also car companies that made cars. Companies like Mercedes-Benz, BMW, and Ferrari focused on making cars that were performance and had advanced engineering. Rich investors and people who liked car racing supported these companies because fancy and sports cars became symbols of status and innovation.